Welcome to the podcast, honey. Even Superwoman needs therapy. I am your host, JuNene K. This is where we talk about real woman schnit. Things that irritate us, things that annoy us, things that uplift us, things that boggle us down, everything, all things, right here. Okay? Come on in, honey. The water's just fine. DJ Rick McDudo, because I promised the peoples that I would do this video thing. Y'all know video's not my thing. And I decided I'm just going to go all willy-nilly. Ain't got no makeup either. So listen, it is what it is. I think it's recording on all 5,900 different devices. So hopefully everybody is well. Y'all just bear with me. This is one of two. I'm going to do this today and I'm going to do this on Wednesday. I realize that when I say something, people are listening, even though they don't tell me that they're listening. And so if I don't do what I say, then, either somebody's going to call me on it. You do have people that call me on it, or I just feel like I lied to the peoples. That's just a note. Just because somebody does not verbally express to you what they may be feeling or thinking about what it is that you're doing or saying that you will do does not mean that they're not following what you do or appreciative of what you do. So that's my lesson. So you get to finally see what I be drinking on, because, I always got to have me a drink. I just decided to go, like I said, all willy-nilly, no makeup. I told you, sometimes I feel like I'm nothing, sometimes I don't. I couldn't figure out a way to get this filter on here for 40 minutes. Otherwise, baby, I'd had them fancy lashes they be giving you on Snapchat and everything, and some green eyes and everything, honey. But so I decided I'm going to let y'all see. So this is one camera here. This is another camera here. Old Smoky Tennessee is what I'm drinking in my fancy little crystal glass. You see there, and we just pours that, honey. We don't need no ice or nothing, we just pours that like that there yonder. Listen at that pour. I might as well be doing a damn commercial, ain't you? So we pours that so we can get ready for the situation. We puts that down so we don't knock that over. Let me tell y'all something so real funny. So I had these I don't know if you ever had these here ranch Pringles, and I was setting up to do this, and I walked by the desk, and the whole damn container of ranch Pringles fell on the floor. But let me just tell you this right here, honey. Baby, don't make me no never mind. It's my flow, hell. They fell on there. I'm still gonna eat it. Now, I don't know quite that ranch Pringles go with peach whiskey, but it's going to go today. You understand what I'm saying? I have this video thing backward, like upside down. I did it because I like the angle of that better. But I don't know. I don't even know how I'm going to merge all this shit together. But you'll see it. I mean, once you see it, I'm sure it'll be fantastic. But listen, I want to talk to you a little bit. We coming up on the end of March, and it's almost like we at the end of the first quarter. For those of you that don't know what quarters are, you have 4 quarters in a year. Because I didn't know. Just like you got 4 quarters in a dollar. Back in the day, I didn't know. I didn't really know until I started doing business. I'm talking about these 4 quarters. And your taxes and your franchise taxes and all that there. But the end of the first quarter, that's 3 months. So it's not 4 months. That's a quarter. It's 4 quarters in a year. Each quarter is 3 months. You got that January, February, March. So yeah, coming up on the end of the first one. And my God, it just seems like it flew by. I don't know about y'all, but it seems like, we went through COVID. We went through all of that. And it just seemed like we came into this here 2021 with, let me not say we, honey, because I don't speak French. Me came into this here 2021 expecting a little bit of the residue from 2020 but expecting also something new. And there's been so much stuff that's already bombarded me in 2021. And now I'm not a person, if you know anything about me, you know I don't watch the news. I know enough. I watch enough to make sure that the sky's not going to fall down, and the ground is not going to suck me in. But I am not a let me watch the news every morning kind of person, just because I spoke about that once before, because of the way I feel, and I can't have all of that heavy stuff on me. To each his own. If you watch the news, that's you. Do you, boo? I don't. So I try not to. I was speaking with a friend earlier, and I try not to speak on things that are out in the public eye, because I ain't that person to just go around giving my unsolicited opinion. I learned that when I first started counseling. Just because you know something doesn't mean you have to tell somebody what you know, especially if it's unsolicited. Even if somebody asks you something, honey, 9 times out of 10, they don't want to know the shit they asked you. They just asking you. So I really avoid giving my unsolicited opinion about stuff. But sometimes there's so much going on that you just need to say something. And I'm not going to speak in particulars, but I posted something a little bit earlier today that says your healing does not include someone else's demise. When something happens to us, and I'm talking about us just in general, of course, I'm always going to speak from the perspective as a Black woman, because I am a Black woman. But this is for anybody. This is for woman, man, blue, brown, green, orange, yellow. When something happens to us, there is no denying that it happened to us individually. We feel that in our body. We experience that because we carry trauma in our body. If you don't know that, we carry stress in our body. And that's why a lot of times we become sick. That's why a lot of times we have the cancers that eat us up. That's why a lot of times we're weighed down, we're tense. We have knots and stuff like that, because we carry that trauma and that stress and those unresolved issues in our body. So there's no denying that it happened, because we feel it in our bodies. But just because it happened to us doesn't mean that somebody has to be held accountable for it happening to us. And let me just say it a different way. Just because you're trying to get through it or get over it doesn't mean you have to drag somebody down as a result of it. So if he did it, if she did it, if they did it, karma is already a bad bitch by herself. I don't need to go putting my mouth or my words or my whatever into making somebody else pay. My concentration is on my healing. My concentration is on my healing, and it is not, my healing is not indicative of somebody else's demise. I don't have to bring somebody else down in order for me to heal. My healing is more important than you paying, because I am not the law of the universe. I can't dish out reciprocity. I can't make things happen to you just because you did something to me. So I just want to offer that to you. If something happened to you, traumatic, whatever it was, if it was a divorce, if it was abuse, whatever kind of abuse, physical abuse, emotional abuse, mental abuse, whatever happened, be more focused on your healing than on bringing the other person to justice, or making them pay. Especially, we see it now even so much more clear, because the people that were the offenders are now public figures, are now in the public eye. And there's this individual, regular person sort of called to duty to inform the rest of the population that this person is either a liar, cheater, stealer, an abuser, a womanizer, or whatever it is. It's like we as regular people, as lay members, feel like we have the responsibility to inform the people of the folks that offended us. And while you may feel like that, and that's your option, that is your option to feel like you have to tell somebody. Now, if I ate at the Taco Bell on the corner and the Taco Bell had bad potted meat, which I don't eat at the Taco Bell because they do have bad potted meat. But some people like Taco Bell, no shade. I am not the person personally to go take to Facebook or Instagram or Twitter or any of those things and say that Taco Bell on the corner had bad potted meat. Beware. I'm just sick to my stomach. And as a result of that, I had to have surgery and my cataracts start flaring up again. That's just me. I'm not the person that do all that. Now, if my mama or my homegirl or somebody say, girl, let me run up through here and get some of this Taco Bell at the corner, then I'd be like, no, sis, that Taco Bell right there has some bad potted meat. You may not want to mess with that. See, and they're different people, honey, different strokes for different folks. I am in no wise saying this is the way or this isn't the way. I am merely saying be careful and be selective with how you use your voice and how you assumingly protect people or keep people from something. What other danger is this causing in you doing that? The second thing is, and I'm going to just take a sip right yonder because we can't have this full glass towards the end of the situation. It sounds so nasty when I drink. My bad, y'all. Just close your ears. If I ever say take a sip, just put your finger in your ear right then. The other thing is your insecurities, and I'm going to just be ready to say ouch or whatever it is that you need to say. Your insecurities are not anybody else's fault or responsibilities to tiptoe over. Let me say this again. Your insecurities are not anybody's fault or responsibility to tiptoe over. So you feeling some kind of way because of something that happened to you, it is not John's responsibility to eggshell across how you feel about what happened to you. Do you understand what I'm saying? How is it that we hold people accountable of things that we don't even articulate? I'm not even, I was going to make an example, but that would be too close to home. If everybody know what I'm talking about. If I believe a certain way in my culture. Okay, let me say this. Let me use this example because this is something that just happened. While I was on y'all know I've been on the bike tour with DNA Works, the Fort Worth lynching tour. And the name is a put off in and of itself because you're like, what am I doing? What are we going to, have a tour of people being lynched or whatever? It's not that. It is more of the healing and the hope and the recognition being brought to light of the only record of a lynching happening in Fort Worth, and that was that of Mr. Fred Rouse. So we bring awareness to this particular thing and allow the arts and the movement to heal us from it, not just of this, not so that certain people would feel guilty, but heal us of any trauma or any wrongdoing to humanity and humankind. And we happened to be on that tour on Saturday, and someone said something about a picnic. And we were educated about picnic. And now for those of you that are colored and you know the connotation that surrounds the word picnic, back in the day, there used to be certain different things that happened during the picnic. You would have the whites that would get down and bring the food and the nice little white and red blanket and put it out and watch a lynching happening. Or there's the connotation that is pick a nigga. Any of those things. So me thinking that, let's say I think that when I hear the word picnic, and you say to me as a person that's just meeting me, whether you're black or white, but more so if you're white, because that has a whole nother embedded tone. Hey, JuNene, do you want to go on a picnic? And I immediately lash out at you or feel some kind of way, or accuse you of being a racist, or accuse you of insulting me, or trying to cause me mental harm or bodily harm or whatever it is, just because you asked me, did I want to go on a picnic? Now, you have no clue of what my connotation and my thought about a picnic is. You just merely asked me a question. So this is what I'm saying. Your insecurities, or however you feel, are not anybody else's fault or responsibility to tiptoe over, especially unknowingly. Now, if I educate you and I tell you what picnic symbolizes for me and what that means for me, and then next Saturday, you ask me, do I want to go on a picnic again? Now, see, I done told you now. So I can probably hold you accountable for knowing. Because as the old saying goes, once you know better, you do better, allegedly, right? So that's what I mean about that. Oftentimes, we don't even articulate the things that bother us, or the things that make us feel less than, whether it's uncomfortable, whether it's embarrassed, whether it's demoralized, whatever it is. We don't even articulate those things. We just automatically expect the whole entire world to know what the hell is going on up and through our head. And we hold them accountable for offending us in some sort of way. And they had no damn idea. I'm just saying, I'm putting those two things on your mind. Your healing doesn't include somebody else's demise. And your insecurities are not anybody else's fault or responsibility to tiptoe over. This is about self-assessment. This is about healing oneself. If we spend a lot more time in the mirror looking at ourselves, then we would have a lot less time to point the blame and to accuse somebody else of doing something that they had no awareness or intention of. How do you know what somebody's motive is? Unless that's some shit you study. You know, I study human behavior, and I study analysis of the brain, and how the brain works with how the body acts and moves. And, you know, I study that sort of thing. So, you know, I'm looking at people's body language. I'm listening to what they're saying, and I'm seeing what they're doing, and that doesn't line up. The tongue in their mouth is not lined up with the tongue in their shoe. And so they walking and talking two different things, aka full of shit. So I do that, okay? But how do you know what somebody's ulterior motive is? And we only become accusatory because we have our own insecurities and baggage and shit that we have not dealt with and come to grips with. So I just offer you that. I'm going to take one of these here ranch chips. Baby, you probably hear all of that. It's like the AMSR. I just want to offer you that. Those two little nuggets of good things. So, we're going to take a little pause for the calls. I don't know how I can take a little pause for the calls in between all this video stuff. I may not just take a pause. Let me just run right through it, honey. I put that commercial at the beginning. This is me unscripted. So part of me, so yes, that was that. We'll settle with that. Part of what I try to do on a daily basis, just in life in general, is remain true to who it is that I am. Who it is that I say that I am to me. Not necessarily who it is that people think I am, because sometimes people don't have a clue. And people will make you who they want you to be. Don't give a damn about who you are. They're going to make you be who they want you to be, who they think you are. And then if you turn out not to be that person, then they mad at you. Well, damn it, I didn't give you the idea that was me. You made all that shit up in your head, made all up in your head. So I find the little things to do, i.e. dropping the can of Pringles on the floor and deciding to pick them up and not hide the fact that I did it, but to tell somebody. Now, let me just say this right here. Since I said that, You cannot speak your ultimate 100% unequivocal truth to everybody. Because everybody cannot take it. Everybody cannot take your 100% unequivocal truth, honey. Baby, listen, no matter what they say. Oh, you can tell me anything. Watch them. They'd be over there like Lorena Bobbitt, trying to cut your... Honey, everybody can't take your truth. And as honest as you may want to be, bless your heart, as honest and as open, sometimes you have to resist the temptation of speaking your truth at that moment and just allow. I'm very big on allowing. That is like my key word, allow. That means I'm not trying to force anything. I'm not trying to make anything fit. I'm not trying to put how do you say, a square peg in a circle hole, or a circle hole in a square, whatever the hell that saying is. I'm not trying to make anything go where it doesn't go. I'm allowing whatever is going to be. And that is a practice. That is something that will allow you, that will help you become less frustrated with yourself. Less frustrated with the people in your circle around you. And less concerned about what anybody is saying about you, regarding you, or your life. You know, non-apologetically, just being. When's the last time you didn't apologize for something? Now, I will tell y'all, and for those of you that know me, you know me, I do not like apologies. I don't like them. You know, somebody, I'm sorry, you about the sorriest motherfucker. I don't like apologies. I do not like them. There are other ways to say I'm sorry. I don't even say I apologize. You know, because I remember we used to be taught that you don't say I'm sorry, say I apologize. I don't even apologize. Those 4 sets of words don't cross my lips. I'm sorry. I apologize. There are other things to say. There are other ways to say it. That doesn't mean I think I'm right all the time. That doesn't mean that I don't make mistakes. That's not what that means at all. What it means is I don't make a habit of apologizing for who I am. So one thing I say when people do say I'm sorry in my presence, don't be sorry, just don't do it. There are ways that you can prevent yourself from doing something that you would have to apologize for. Just think that thing through. Anything that I'm doing, if I'm directing a show, if I'm choreographing a show, anything, if I'm over a group or something that I have somewhat control, because I got control issues. I told y'all I got control issues. I will never deny it. I have control issues. Sometimes things have to be my way, 100% my way, until I say, now, JuNene, just go ahead on and let go. Let go and let God, or let go and let Gabriel, let go and let Guana, whoever, just let go and let somebody else besides you get on out the way, move on yourself on out the way. But when I have that space, I do a sorry jar. And I did this for one of the shows that I was on. For every time they said, I'm sorry, you got to put some money in that jar. And it's not to necessarily punish you. What it is designed to do is to cause you to think and hear yourself. Because a lot of times we say stuff and we don't even hear ourselves. We don't hear ourselves saying, ooh, you so stupid. We don't hear ourselves saying, dang, why you do that? Oh, golly, I'm killing myself. Or, can't win for losing. If it ain't one thing, it's another. We don't hear ourselves saying those things. So if you have to make another motion to come out your pocket or your purse to put $1 in the jar for saying I'm sorry, you'll think about it, or you'll catch yourself the next time. And it may take about $20. It may take about $20 for you get the unction to no longer be sorry, but you'll get it. So here are the other things to say, because I know some of y'all like, you said it was other things to say. What's the other things to say? I didn't intend for it to go over that way. I didn't mean for you to take it that way. I meant no harm. I meant no offense. What I meant was, because now, and that's a redirection, working in early childcare, we redirect children. And, I redirect a lot of adults with counseling as well. So you don't talk about the thing that you don't want them to do, because the brain cannot decipher whether it's yay or nay. It doesn't know yes or no. It just knows the action. So you don't say what you don't want them to do. You tell them what you do want them to do. So instead of saying, Albert, quit kicking that ball. Would you stop kicking that ball? Stop kicking that ball. You keep kicking that ball. You've been kicking that ball all day. You just keep kicking that ball. Stop kicking that ball. Guess what Albert's going to do? He's going to keep kicking the ball. But if you say, Albert, run over here, or Albert, kick this pillow, you're not telling him something that he can't do. You're giving him a redirection of something that he can do. So the result is he goes for the alternative. That, in the fact that he knows that kicking the ball is bothering the hell out of you. So a human tendency one-on-one is to get on people's nerves. I don't care what you think you know. We have it. Sometimes you do want to get on somebody's last nerves. Don't, just be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself. Sometimes we do want to get on somebody's nerve. We do want to piss them off, especially if they didn't piss us off, especially if we don't like them. It's people you don't like. Don't front. But you redirect. You say the things that you want to happen instead of the things that you don't. So, like, it bothers me when I see an affirmation, because I'm an affirmation person. It bothers me when I see an affirmation that says, I am not broke. It's a negative. You cannot include a negative in an affirmation. So the reverse of that would be, I am wealthy. Why would I attest to what I am not? I would spend more energy and focus in exclaiming what I am and what I desire to be. So the same thing with apologies. Unless, and I told my assistant, and this is just how I told her, listen, you cut off my toe or fuck my man, please don't say I'm sorry to me. Because those are things you say. Now, I've had to say I'm sorry for some things, because sometimes, we respond and relate to the words that are familiar to us. So I'm sorry sometimes can make it seem heartfelt. If you don't include an I'm sorry, you probably don't mean it. That's what we brainwashed ourselves to think. So I've had to say it. But unless you've done those couple things to me, please don't say I'm sorry. Say something else. And why are you sorry for something that was totally out of your control? What boils my grits, and I said this on Mashed Potatoes in one of the first episodes of season 1, is apologies. Apology. I apologize for the inconvenience. No, because if you did, you wouldn't be inconveniencing me. And to say it over and over again, I cannot stand. That's why to this day, I am a chatting son of a gun. If I have to pay a bill, if the chat option is not available, then I'm going to get online and just pay it without having to talk to anybody. Because me getting on the phone, talking to a customer service rep, and them continuing to apologize to me, I cannot. I had to say to one rep, please, ma'am, so I totally understand that you apologize for the inconvenience, but you don't have to say that anymore. I did. I said it. It was bothering me. I couldn't go no further. I just had to tell her. Bless her heart, because somebody needed to tell her. That's I try to be that person sometimes. I try not to be over involved and tell people things. That's that unsolicited advice. But at that particular moment, as it pertained to me and me being in a warm, welcoming spirit now for the rest of the duration of this call, I had to tell the baby, please don't say that no more. Don't say that no goddamn more. Sorry for the inconvenience. You inconveniencing me. Being sorry for the inconvenience. Anyhow, I'll go off on a tangent in a minute, honey. But that's neither here nor there. I want to make sure, and again, because I am a Black woman, I refer to myself as colored woman because I got a little bit of color up in me. And I'm not bound by what was once the indication or insinuation of what color meant. I prefer, I got some color in me. I'm not a blank page. I got a little bit of brown tones. I got a little bit of orange tones in me. But I wanted to offer that to my women, my people, my colored women. We have, and I say we because it's all inclusive for me, so much work to do in the healing category, in the healing arena. And later this week, I'll have, ex-husband 2/3 of the fraction on again, to talk about more about, what we're doing in relationships and such. But we have so much to do in regard to healing and becoming our most authentic self and really being where we need to be in life and choosing that place on purpose, not happenstance. Pretty soon here, I will announce. Who is announce? That's when that Smoky Tennessee starts working, honey. Announce. I will announce my I renounce my throne. You hear that? I renounce my throne. That was just a little color purple for y'all. Not color purple. What the hell is it? Coming to America. What was I about to say? What just happened? Let's see. Tittle tattle, biddle battle. Boom shakalaka. Okay, yes, I will be unveiling my authenticity masterclass, teaching individuals how to be the most authentic version of themselves and just really leave the bullshit behind. Some people do not know how to be non-bullshitty. Made that up. They don't know. They don't, because they haven't really discovered who they are. So they don't know how to be them because they don't know who they are. And it's okay. It's okay, but it's not okay. Okay? I'm going to help you get out of that. Now, I will say that the class is free. The master class is free. But this is what I hate. I'm the kind of person that when you tell me something is something and it looks good and I like it, I'm going to scroll all the way to the bottom, or I'm going to listen fast forward until you tell me how much it is. I want to know how much it is. Then, because I'm going to weigh how much it is against how much I need it. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I do personally. So because I'm that type of person, when I do stuff, I want to be in the mind of that consumer. So the masterclass itself, the intro class, is free. But at the end of that, of course, I want to help you a little further and get your attention into something else that can continue to help you be the most authentic version of yourselves. And I coach people this way and help them through life to do that, through relationships and through business, through different things, through just self-identity. So many people have great potential and can do wonderful things, but they suffer in silence and behind closed doors with low self-esteem. And nobody knows it because they are very popular in the media, that social media, and in their world of arts. And this is primarily specifically for creatives, because we play so many people as actors. We play so many people that we don't even know who the hell we are most of the time, because we even played 569 different people. We didn't adapt all their damn different personalities. But so yes, that will be coming soon. Share this podcast with someone you think that may benefit with it. Like it, put it on your social media pages, put the link to it, tell somebody, listen, this girl's talking about some good stuff you need to get up and through here to do. I will try to do more of these videos because I understand that people resonate and relate to videos a lot more. And just move myself out the way because I have my own little hangups and stuff. But I am also a work in progress. I drink my own Kool-Aid though. I drink my own Kool-Aid. I practice what I preach. So yes, until Wednesday, or for those of you that are playing catch up and playing tag with listening to your podcast, until the next time that I see you on the other side of the rainbow, I like to end every podcast with the affirmation: I am present, I am enough, and I benefit the world. I am present, I am enough, and I benefit the world. So I will see you wonderful people on the next time.